Behold, 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 the atheist's nightmare.
Now, your nickname is the Banana Man.
Yeah, evolution comes from the imaginations of men. It's very nebulous. It's as big or as small as the imaginations of men, and you can see it by the language they use, the language of speculation. We believe, perhaps, maybe, could have.
Well, you see, this is where you and I fundamentally differ, Ray. My understanding of reality is contingent on reality, whereas yours is not. Yep, given the right observations, I will correct my views to make them congruent with reality. And if that involves jettisoning the theories of Newton, Einstein and Darwin, then so be it. Now let's compare this to Ray. Ray's understanding of reality is not contingent on reality, because he already deems himself to have divine insight.
But I could have stopped you there, because I know what was in the beginning. You don't know. I know what was in the beginning. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. You don't know, I do.
That's right. There is no evidence that could be presented to Ray to make him change his mind, because he knows. The irony is, of course, is that Ray, who is so proud of his absolute knowledge of the origin of the universe, has a less than impressive track record when it comes to the origin of, oh, I don't know, let's pick a subject at random. Let's say the origin of bananas.
Point at the top for ease of entry. It's just the right shape for the human mouth. It's chewy, easy to digest, and it's even curved toward the face to make the whole process so much easier. Seriously, Kirk, the whole of creation testifies to the genius of God's creative hand.
Yeah, Ray initially used his absolute knowledge to say that bananas speak to the glory of God's creation. Then Ray released a video saying that he was misquoted, and that he accepted that bananas were selectively bred by man.
Banana Man is a reference to an illustration presented by Comfort, in which he compared the complex design elements of a Coke can to the complex design elements of a banana, in order to demonstrate that thoughtful design by a designer is required for both example. However, atheists removed the Coke can from the video version and sent it across the internet, saying that Comfort believed that the banana was conclusive proof of God's existence, missing the point of the illustration completely. They also said that the banana had been modified over time by man to fit in the palm of the hand, and not by God. Comfort apologized for his mistake about the banana, saying, "My apologies for not explaining myself more clearly. I was not aware that the common banana had been so modified through hybridization."
And then in his latest interview he says that there is no evidence that bananas were genetically engineered.
Especially the guy that made that banana video, and using a modern, weird-shaped banana and saying it was genetically altered when there was absolutely no credibility to his claims at all, is bogus. I know what was in the beginning. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. You don't know, I do.
There's a famous quote from a famous scientist that adequately sums you up here, Ray. Ignorance more frequently begets confidence than it does knowledge. Yep, that's right, Banana Man. Your bitch ass just got served by Darwin. I guess these are the differences that make me a scientist devoted to building a better understanding of reality, whereas Ray is verbatim repeating a script that he prepared some 3 years ago.
You can see it by the language they use, the language of speculation. We believe, perhaps, maybe, could have.
We believe, perhaps, maybe, could have.
And even back then, his ace in the hole was asking a bunch of, well, with all due respect, greasy high school students what their understanding of evolution was, and then crowing when they couldn't give a cogent explanation of something they didn't understand. Bravo, Ray, bravo. Truly showing the calibre of your creationist arguments there by quote-mining teenagers. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't ask these experts about long division as well. Then you could have disproved mathematics at the same time. Now, Ray recently staged a cheap publicity stunt where he put a creationist introduction into the seminal work of Charles Darwin, The Origin of the Species.
How many Origin of Species books did we get onto the university campuses last Wednesday?
170,000.
170,000, and how many campuses? 100
top campuses across the U.S. That was the main point of the whole thing. I don't want to turn people against evolution. I want them to doubt evolution enough to re-examine or examine the claims of the gospel.
What are you on, Ray? Evolution at its simplest is that in iterative self-replicating systems, more successful patterns, by definition, propagate better than less successful ones. But how on earth in your mind do you get from expecting people to question what is true by definition to examining the claims of some 2,000-year-old stories about goat herders and magic men in the Mediterranean? Stand back. Banana Man is about to try logic.
Richard Dawkins says I'm an ignorant fool, so if what I've written must have been ignorant foolishness. So why was he telling them to rip it out? He should be saying, read the ignorant foolishness of Ray Comfort and see what an ignorant fool he is, and it will strengthen your faith in evolution.
No, Ray. Reading junk constitutes a waste of time. Yes, it's true that by reading your introduction you can come to the stunning conclusion that a man who thinks he knows with absolute certainty the origin of the universe, something that has eluded the minds of the smartest people on the planet, but doesn't know where bananas come from, is intellectually challenged. But damn, that bastardization of logic makes me cringe.
Read the ignorant foolishness of Ray Comfort and see what an ignorant fool he is, and it will strengthen your faith in evolution.
No, determining that Ray is a moron does not impact on the veracity of evolution any more than it impinges on the credibility of atomic theory. And Ray, faith is belief in something without evidence. Evolution stands on its ability to describe the facts. You know, the evidence that we have in reality.
Strengthen your faith in evolution, but he's afraid of the gospel that it contains.
That's an interesting conjecture, Ray. But where are my manners? Let me let Banana Man field the answer to that one.
Blog to hundreds of atheists each day who are waiting for anything that comes out of my mouth so they can rip it to shreds, but they hang around me like... Someone says, why do you call this atheist centralist? Because atheists hang around me like bugs hang around a campfire. I can't get rid of them. I'm slapping them, say, go away. No, we're staying here. It's like a train wreck. We want to see what's going to happen next.
Yep, that's right, Ray. This is the reason why people hang around you. Because you're a clown. It's not because they fear anything you have to say. They hang around you for the lulz. Dawkins suggests that you rip the introduction out because Dawkins isn't in it for the lulz. He's an educator. And your introduction is comparable to putting an introduction in a book about leprosy, saying that it's nothing to do with bacteria, and that God describes how to cure leprosy in the Bible by killing a bird and then dipping another bird in the blood of the first and then letting it go, and then getting all surprised when healthcare professionals of one sort or another get kind of pissy at you.
So I want to thank that lady that put the Origin of Stupidity video on. That got well over 1 million views advertising the book.
By that lady, I assume you're referring to the fiery sex-bomb goddess of "Oh my God, it's Chris." Yeah, I'd like to thank her too. Nice one, Chrissy.
I really appreciate it, because that was free publicity, and they've done a great job.
So in essence, the atheists have catapulted Way of the Master, your ministry about evangelism, Jesus Christ, God, to the next level, haven't they?
Yeah, right. I love the desperate attempt to put a positive spin on it. But face it, it was free advertising for, as you put it, a train wreck. I guess another fundamental difference between us, Ray, is I would not be happy for free publicity as Banana Man or Mr. Moron performs another unintentionally funny intellectual train wreck. However, you have stepped up to the plate, and in this role, both of us seem to be happy. Regrettably, we lost PCS, but I'm perfectly happy for Banana Man to succeed him in all of his offices.
But in their effort to make him look foolish, atheists gave Ray Comfort an international platform for his message.
Behold, 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 the atheist's nightmare.
Yeah, that's almost right. Ray is famous for being an idiot. But even if this did somehow transfer as publicity for the Bible, anyone in product promotion or brand image would projectile vomit, Exorcist style, that the idea of having this sort of promotion, you know, it'd be kind of like having a lead paint manufacturer endorsing a line of toys for children. Ray is aware of his train wreck persona too, and you have to look no further than his attempts to rewrite history to realize this. Firstly, claiming that his banana argument was valid but misquoted.
However, atheists removed the Coke can from the video version.
And then, of course, acknowledging that bananas were selectively bred.
Comfort apologized for his mistake about the banana, saying, I was not aware that the common banana had been so modified through hybridization.
But not wanting to disappoint his loyal fans, Trainwreck Tim then gives us this gem.
However, the truth remains that God gave man the knowledge and ability to modify it, so that it perfectly fit into his hand. He did the same with big dogs, so they can fit into his car.
Yeah, sure, Ray. 30,000 or so years ago, when man first started selectively breeding the domestic dog, he thought, you know, we should breed a small dog such that in 30,000 years' time when we invent the car, our dogs will fit in them. Anyway, sometime later, Banana Man gives up trying to justify his bananas prove God argument is valid but misquoted, and happily performs the routine as legitimate humour.
The banana and the hand are perfectly made one for the other. You'll find the maker of the banana, Almighty God, has made it with a non-slip surface. It has outward indicators of inward contents: green, too early, yellow.
Yeah, this is the champion of creationism, performing his argument for God as legitimate humour. Way to fill PCS's shoes, Ray. I mean, to make a Why Do People Laugh at Creationists video, you need someone of the calibre of PCS. But to make a Why Do Creationists Laugh at Creationists video, that requires a Banana Man.
Notice the pointed top for ease of entry, just the right shape for the human mouth. Chewy, palatable, good for you, and the maker has even curved it toward the face to make the whole process so much easier. That's if you get it the right way around.
Way to represent, Banana Man. Way to represent.